so this is just going to be a short video on a simple way to play the jazz classic Moanin by Bobby Timmons. And it's a very good song to use to practice open voicings. So all the chords in this song we're going to take and break up into two hands so that both your left and your right hand are playing some portion of the chord. Now firstly, it's going to sound like this. So it's a nice bluesy and gospely song, and it's one of my absolute favorites. Now it's an AABA form, which is nice and convenient, and section A is quite simple to play. First we play the melody as written, and then we play the chords, which are B flat major, going to F major. So we're just using triads there, not seventh chords. And so we're going to take those chords and break them up over two hands. For our B flat chord, we're going to play F, D in the left hand and B flat F in the right hand. So that's the fifth, third, root and fifth. So we're doubling the fifth at both sides of the voicing. And to move that to the F chord, we're just going to move our two thumbs down a step to the C and the A. So we go F, C in the left hand and A, F in the right hand. But we're not just going to play the A by itself, we're going to do a little crush note from the A flat down to the A. So it's going to sound like this. Again. And those are the only chords you play in the A section. So you play the little melody, and then the chord. Melody again, and chord. Melody, chord. Melody, chord. Right, so they're nice open voicings of triads. We've taken the notes of the chord, split them up over two hands, and doubled one of the notes. The second A section and even the final A section are exactly the same, but you would have noticed in my little performance that I harmonized the melody first with an octave and then with a tenth, but then played the exact same chords. Now for section B, when you're playing the chords with your left hand, we're only going to play the root and the seventh. We're not going to play the third or the fifth. We're going to completely omit them. So it's going to sound like this. The only exception to this little root seventh voicing is this next chord, the B flat on F, which we're going to voice like we did in the A section with an F, D, B flat, F. Then for the next four bars, you do the exact same thing, just root and seventh all the way through. On top of that, we're going to play the melody. Cool, so we've got the root and the seventh of each chord covered in our left hand, and the fifth isn't important, so we can just get rid of the fifth. So all we're missing is the third. So we're going to use our thumb on our right hand to play the third of each chord an octave higher, an octave above. Now that's going to sound like this. Right, so we're playing root 7th in our left hand, the third in our right hand of the chord, and so we've got our top 4 fingers free to play the melody on top of that. Cool, so that's sounding great. Now the last little thing we need to put in is that little fill over the long F note when we reach that B flat over F chord. Now for that, our right hand's going to play B flat, A flat, G, A flat, and our left hand's going to harmonize that with D flat, C, B flat, C. So together it'll be again. Right, so nice and slowly it goes. So let's play the whole thing, but a little bit slower than I did the first time. Except without that little mistake at the end of the B section there. Cool, and that's it. That's the head of Moanin. Now the cool thing about this song is that for the soloing part, we're not actually going to use the chord progression of the head. It's going to use a completely new chord progression that's nice and simple. It's just F minor 7, A flat dominant 7, G dominant 7, C dominant 7. Now you could just play root notes. Or you could continue that root 7th idea. Or you could do a kind of pseudo stride where you go root note, rest of the chord, root note, rest of the chord. So I was just doing root note, chord, root note, chord, root note, chord. Here, because I'm playing an inversion of C7, I'm going 5th chord. And so on, over and over again for like 9 minutes of soloing or something. And to solo, you just use that F blues scale. Right, this is a nice bluesy song. The melody just uses the blues scale, so I would just stick out and out to that blues scale all the way through your soloing. But a couple of little ideas I would employ is I would use lots of crushed notes. I I would use lots of drone notes or repeated notes. The root and the fifth are particularly good at sitting on and repeating with every other melody note. I would use octaves. And from memory, Bobby Timmons, the pianist in the song, does some cool little slidey things like right, so we're just using octaves to play F, E, just moving down chromatically, then use your top few fingers to kind of mash the top note and drag it down. E, E flat, D, C sharp, D flat, and so on. And I would do a lot of really fast little runs or throws of the hand or the wrist, kind of like. Also turns. Turns work well in this song. So if I was going to go down a step in the blues scale, from the A flat to the F, instead I would first go up and then come down. But really, really fast. Cool, so sticking to the blues scale for your entire improvisation, but using those little ideas or tricks or techniques, you could get something as follows. And that's it. Have fun with that one, guys. See ya.